Is anyone else thinking about Thunderbolts 24/7 after watching it? Because this is probably the most humanized Marvel project that we have ever gotten. And it touches on some of the most important themes of loneliness, depression, mental health, and finding your purpose. But there's one character that we need to talk about, which is Yelena, because she has one of the most traumatic past in the MCU. If you have seen Thunderbolts, let me know your thoughts, because we gotta talk about this. We see early on that Thunderbolts is about loneliness and depression and how that can affect someone at so many levels. The team that we have with Ghost, Yelena, US Agent, Bucky, Sentry, and Taskmaster, they all surround themselves with one thing in common, which is trauma. So this team is basically just trauma bonding. And that's how every single member of this team gets along. We also learn more about Yelena's backstory with the Red Room, and it's very sad. There was a scene where the whole team was trauma dumping about their childhood past, and Yelena even said, if we're talking about childhood past, I win. Because my God, her past in the Red Room is heartbreaking. This is a spoiler warning. When Yelena enters the Void, we get this scene of her in the forest with her best friend as she backstabs her. Mind you, this was at a very young age, and Yelena set up her best friend to basically die, and she still holds this burden to this day, which is basically the theme of the entire movie, because this movie is strictly about Yelena and how her past experiences are creating a void inside of her. But this event eventually leads to Yelena helping Sentry out in more ways than none, because Yelena has already experienced all this dread and darkness that Sentry is facing right now. Not only that, but we see that Yelena also experiences something else in the Red Room when she was at a young age, when she was the first one to reload a gun, and then the other kids got spanked. But even then, the most important piece that she lost was her best friend, her sister Natasha. This movie hits home on so many levels, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. It touches on these themes so well. And throughout the movie, we see all these characters grieving in their own ways. They all had their traumatic past. A movie that tells you that you are not alone and you do not have to fight anything by yourself. A movie that lets you know that you can win. You can win that inner battle. I do believe Yelena has one of the traumatic pasts or even events that she's gone through, but her character arc in this movie was just amazing. This cuddly charm that helps everyone else. I don't know about y'all, but I love this movie because of how humanized it is, which touches on some real, genuine struggles. My God, this movie has done wonders on me.